Hi, and welcome to Fuzzy Loaf's official, unofficial spoiler review for Avengers Age of
What makes it
Ultron. I
unofficial?
don't know. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay.
um, I'm Matt, and with me is Scotia or Scott.
Yeah. Hey, let's do this. We just got out of the theater like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I live right down the street from a theater, so that's where we saw it.
Yeah.
And we came back here. And as you can notice, the setting is a little different. We're normally facing the other way with the TV behind us.
We're on the couch.
Yeah.
We just wanted to
Maybe
do
this is why it's the unofficial review.
because we're just sitting down. We just got out. We just want to do it right now while it's fresh in our head.
Okay, so we are going to talk spoilers, but very quickly before we talk any spoilers, if you haven't seen the movie, we're going to talk safe for a couple minutes or for
like
a minute.
A minute.
Okay, so
we're gonna give it our grade. I think.
Yeah.
What we think about it, just like overall, and then we're gonna go into detail, which is gonna contain hella spoilers.
Yeah. So I highly recommend you see it. So what were your thoughts coming out? Do you think it was first off, just a general grade? Good, indifferent, or bad?
I'm gonna give it an A.
You're gonna
Yeah.
Don't use my grading scale.
Okay, wait. What was your grading scale? I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking A.
Good, indifferent, or bad. So
that's a really broad scale.
Yeah. Well, that's why I just want broad strokes. Is it worth seeing?
Good. Oh, yeah, definitely. Give it your money.
Yeah.
Let's make this beat the Fast 7 records that were set.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Because I really liked Fast 7, but this was like a million times better than Fast 7.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Okay. So my thoughts as well. It was really good. We were talking about this a little bit. Do you think this was better than the first Avengers?
I do. I liked him. I thought it was better more than, a lot of the critics, because I tried to stay away from other reviews, like reviews before the movie came out. And they were saying, it's just not as good as the first one. I say it was better than the first one.
Same with me.
I think they were just so caught up in the magic of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But as a pure movie standpoint and as a comic book movie standpoint, I think it was better. It was almost like this was a graphic novel come to life.
Yeah.
This was a standalone, awesome Avengers tale, or like you were reading an arc, like a 5, 6 issue, 8 issue, like limited run, and this was it in movie form.
Did you imagine, even 5 years ago, that anything like this would come out?
No.
Yeah, I mean, this movie had a lot of crazy stuff. Okay, so we're about to probably get into spoilers.
What would you give it on a A through F scale?
I would give it. I'd give it like an A minus. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was A, not entirely A plus. A plus, I feel like you'd have to be like really out of the park.
Yeah,
but I think A.
I do think it was better than the first Avengers. I'm not saying that the first Avengers was bad. I thought it was fantastic.
I love the first Avengers. It's one of those movies I can watch over again.
Yeah,
no problem.
But
this is going to be another one.
I feel like this one, the first Avengers felt very much like the origin story, like pulling everybody in.
Yeah, we didn't have
to. And this one was more
we didn't have to deal with all the characters getting to know each other.
Yeah,
and stuff. These guys are bonded. You can tell they're already friends, and I like that.
You can already kind of see the rift between some characters starting to form.
That just happens in any
friendship. But I'm just saying to progress the story.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there's got to be tension. Otherwise, it's just everyone's all buddy. Then nobody.
We all know what's coming.
Oh yeah,
because they announced the movie list,
movie slate, so we know it's gonna come.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I guess this
some spoilers now?
This is the official spoiler part. So if you have not seen the movie, I highly suggest you turn back and go watch the movie immediately, and then come back and listen to the rest of this conversation.
Let's have this movie make $230 million this weekend.
Yeah. Well, okay. So this is kind of spoilers, but not really. There was a lot of world locations. So there was like Seoul, South Korea. There was someplace in the Ukraine. I can't remember what city it was.
No, it was, well, I don't know where they filmed, if they actually filmed in the Ukraine or not.
Yeah.
But, it's supposed to take place in a made up, like Eastern Bloc country.
Okay.
Sokovia.
Okay.
Something like that.
But then we also have Wakanda, which was probably.
They didn't actually go to Wakanda. It was filmed in South Africa.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say.
They said okay, yeah. Now we're really getting into spoilers here.
Yeah, we kind of are.
So spoilers for real.
Well, I gave them the full spoiler warning.
Okay. So when they go for the vibranium, it's like off the shore. So I didn't think they actually go to Wakanda because Wakanda would look very different.
Yeah.
Kind of supposed to be like very technologically advanced.
Oh, is it? See, and I've never read any of Black Panther's stuff, so I don't know. But yeah, so really well domestic because Cap 2 and all, like, even Guardians all did fantastically domestic. I think it's also going to do really well worldwide.
It's already doing gangbusters worldwide.
Yeah.
Like, I think it made over $200 million already worldwide.
Yeah.
In like the first few days it was out.
Yeah. Well, I think the opening day didn't hit, like, it was like over 70 million, I think is what it was.
A ton.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Okay, so characters that they introduce.
We got Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver.
Yep.
The Vision,
which was oh my god,
fucking amazing. Like, Vision is, I've always just been that he was such a cool character.
Yeah.
And the fact that they brought him into a movie like this,
yeah,
I never would have thought.
And this is what I was trying to kind of allude to when I was like, did you ever think anything like this would happen? Like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, okay, I can see that. They're doing that in X-Men as well.
Yeah. But and they make kind of more sense. But the Vision is a really out there character.
Yeah.
And I think the way they made his origins in this movie, so much sense. They made it make more sense.
So in the next 5 years, we have the Vision, not getting his own standalone movie, but he's in these movies, obviously. We have Black Panther, we have Doctor Strange, and Captain Marvel all getting their own movies. And it's just like, what?
This is
in what universe? This would never happen. I mean, we're talking 10 years ago, they could hardly get a Spider-Man movie out. You know?
It's just,
it's crazy. It's so cool. It's awesome.
Okay. Let's talk about Vision.
Okay.
Because I was just so delighted to see him on screen.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people and you called it. That's the soul gem as his little thing. And that, I thought that made sense when people were calling it. I was like, totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it would be in Loki's scepter. That was really cool.
Yeah, I didn't think that either.
Because Loki's scepter was blue. I was like, but no, that's just the casing around the gem.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many cool things, and what the story did was it tied things together really well. You pulled in Thor's universe. You pulled in the Inhumans, which are Scarlet Witch and
well, they're not Inhumans. They were enhanced. Do you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah,
that's because they're talking about
term
enhanced
for
people.
Mutants.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. Well, they're people that get powers. They can't use them.
I thought they were Inhumans. I thought that's what they said. That's what their origin was. Now,
no.
Okay.
In the comics, it might be.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm mixing that up.
Yeah.
But so we pull in those two universes. We pull, you know what I mean? It's like it does such a good job of tying everything together. It's so good.
Yeah, and Thor, and it seemed kind of like thrown in there, the whole like, these are the Infinity Stones or whatever. This is Thor being like, this is crazy. I need to go see council on this.
Yeah,
I thought that's kind of like chucked in there, but I was like, well, whatever, makes sense.
Yeah.
Just kind of like let it be. Like, you don't think about it that much.
What I don't get though is what did his vision, what did the vision that Scarlet Witch gave him, what did that have to do with anything? He was like, I missed something in this dream. And it's like, I don't know, what was that supposed to be? That was supposed to be him discovering the
Infinity Stones and all that.
It's a weird kind of connection, I guess. But
yeah, I guess you think maybe her powers affected him slightly differently.
Yeah,
he's got different biology.
Yeah,
so like maybe that's why it's like his dream was more like prophetic than than like just a nightmare.
How did you feel about Bruce Banner and Black Widow?
I thought it was really good, and the way like you saw their relationship develop in the movie, you're like, oh, it does make sense that these two.
Yeah,
they're both monsters.
My only thing is in Avengers 1, very clearly, Black Widow and Hawkeye, like, they're leading on that they have a thing.
Well, they're friends. They're like, like she said in this movie, he's her best friend.
Yeah, and
you find out, well, Hawkeye's got married with kids, which I thought was so good.
Yeah,
and grounds. The development they gave Hawkeye was awesome because he did not get justice really in the first movie. Well, and Jeremy Renner is just such a good actor, and he's kind of like the straight man of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did he say? It was like, we're like a floating city or whatever. There's robots all around, whatever, and I've got a bow and arrow. None of this makes any sense.
Yeah,
I just love
he had some really good lines. I know that the few reviews that I read said that they felt like Hawkeye got too much screen time.
Bullshit. Come on.
And they felt that the relationship between Banner and Black Widow was too forced. But I think Hawkeye did really sense. Well, and I think the relationship makes a lot of sense.
People are just being really nitpicky with their reviews.
Yeah,
like I understand the critics kind of have to be nitpicky, but I mean,
well, and
you're just digging. For
people are saying, well, in the comics, Black Widow has more of a relationship with Captain America or whatever.
This isn't the comics, though. Yeah, remember that.
Yeah,
this isn't the comics,
and that's what makes it
great.
In
the comics of Ultron, I don't think is nearly as witty as he is in the movie. I thought how they changed Ultron in this movie was so much, because in the comics he's really just like he's like a killbot,
Yeah.
But in this you're like, oh, he's got character and a personality, and he might be my favorite villain after Kingpin in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I guess I kind of forget that Kingpin is the MCU now.
Yeah,
or Marvel universe. Yeah. I guess I don't know if it's considered MCU.
MCU is what we call it, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, so what did you? The Marvel series or the Marvel movies in the MCU have had a really good job of being like serious, kind of, but also kind of funny and not taking itself too seriously. What did you think about the comedy in this one?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I think some of the jokes were better in the first movie, but I thought they fit pretty well into this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where because this movie is darker than
it is significantly darker, and it deals with darker things.
Oh yeah, but I think the jokes, I thought they were like big belly laughs, but they were like, oh, you bastards.
Yeah.
Is that kind of joke. I like those.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is a crazy, like the jokes don't need to be so in your face.
Yeah.
I thought the toned down jokes were probably better for this tone of the movie. Because, with this darker tone, you can still have jokes, but, you don't be crazy out there.
Yeah. And what did you think of like the action, the like cinematography and stuff like that?
Oh, it was awesome.
Okay. My only gripe was after seeing Cap 2, I don't know who is the DP on that, the director of photography, but he did a really good job with the action sequences where he would do close-up establishing shots but pull away for big action moves, so it's not as much jump cut and like shaky cam, whereas this went back to
I think when you have a grander scale with bigger destruction like the Avengers, you're gonna get more of those jump cuts, stuff.
But that's my only
with more of like the personal one-on-one fighting stuff, like in Captain America. Those kind of shots make sense. I think it just depends on the scope of the movie and what kind of tone.
This is kind of off topic. Did you ever see John Wick?
I haven't. I heard it was awesome.
It was really good, mostly for the cinematography. But that's what comes to mind is after seeing Cap 2 and then John Wick, it's like, man, I wish more action movies would do this, or more like, because it's like it's methodical kind of shot planning. And
speaking of shots, what did you think of like that tracking shot at the beginning of the movie when they're doing the raid on Strucker's base?
The shot where all of them are
in the snow and they're all like, it's going back and forth through all of them. I thought that was fucking awesome. I thought it was really cool.
I think it
ends with that intro sequence
was really the intro sequence was really cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But like the whole thing up until the Avengers logo drops, it was like, oh man, this is really cool. I thought it was better than Avengers 1's intro sequence.
Yeah, definitely.
But like I said, I don't dislike Avengers 1.
No,
I feel like it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's still another A movie.
Yeah. What did you think of the the mid trailer,
the tag, whatever
mid tag, whatever they fucking call it?
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it again tomorrow.
It was such a tease though, because it
doesn't give anything. It doesn't set up really any of the other movies.
No, because we already know he has the whatever it is, the gauntlet, the Infinity.
He's just got to get the stones.
And I don't know. And we know Thanos. We've been introduced to him at least twice now.
And people were like, "Oh, maybe it's gonna be Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, whatever." I was like, and then we came out the movie, and I was like, Matt was like, "Oh, it's Thanos again." I was like, "Well, you know what makes sense because the first Avengers movie didn't set up any of the other movies except Infinity War with Thanos, so it makes sense that in the second one they just have Thanos again, to really set up the finale, I guess."
I was just really hoping, and I know I wasn't expecting this because they said there was no post-credit scene, but I was really hoping that we'd get like Black Panther or something, something that's a year or two off, just because they do that sometimes. Where
maybe an Ant-Man this summer we will,
get
a little tease maybe towards like
I hope
Doc Strange or something.
Yeah, I hope in Ant-Man. I don't know. I don't know if it would even fit in Ant-Man. I don't know where it will fit, but we know that Spider-Man is coming in at least one MCU movie before his standalone.
Yeah.
But I was really hoping that we'd get like even if it was just a newspaper and you know what I mean? Like something like that. It doesn't have to be the character himself.
Yeah, I think that was more wishful thinking than anything else.
Yeah, but it'd be so good, especially for people that are going to see it multiple times. And it's like, if you don't catch it right away and then it's, just look at the screen that's behind somebody and you see
they could have gone in and added that shot. But by the time this movie was filmed, in the done, they hadn't finished any deal.
No, I know, but I'm still hoping for Ant-Man that we might get just even a tease, or maybe. Like in Luke Cage, maybe on Netflix we see, like I said,
a Daily Bugle or something.
Yeah, like all it needs to be is a newspaper that's on the ground that has a picture of it says web slinging vigilante, and then don't even acknowledge
Marvel can't
it.
put anything Spider-Man in their movies without Sony's consent first.
Yeah.
So be like, hey, we want to do this little Spider-Man thing in the movie. Sony has to check off on it.
Yeah. I just think it'd be a really good, especially if they just didn't acknowledge it. They just put it in like as a little thing, and they just the show goes on as if
Easter egg.
Yeah. Just because he's supposed to have already. This isn't an origin story for Spider-Man. We're getting him post.
Okay, we're really going off topic of what we think of the movie. We're going into Avengers
wishful
stuff.
talking.
Yeah. So let's talk about Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Okay,
because I really liked them in this movie. And I didn't think their accents were all that bad. Some people were like,
she slipped out of her accent a few times, like completely, and it was.
I didn't notice it.
And his was not great. I think they would have been better if they just didn't do the accents.
Yeah, they probably but I mean,
but whatever. They were still really.
Deal.
I think they were both really good. They both provided. He provided more funny moments, I guess. She was just a fucking badass.
Well, Scarlet Witch is crazy.
Yeah.
But
do you think similar to in X-Men where Jean Grey goes all Phoenix, do you think we're gonna get something like that where Scarlet Witch goes nuts?
Maybe if they're filling up to it.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, in like Infinity Wars or something. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. I liked the dynamic I like those two together. They really have good chemistry.
Yeah, they've been in a few movies together, haven't they?
Yeah, they were in
I think they were dating, weren't they?
No, he's married.
Oh, he's married? Okay.
He's married to the director of 50 Shades of Grey. She's quite a few. I think she's like 20 years older than him too.
Damn.
So
cougar.
But I thought they worked really well together. They fit into the movie really well, and they weren't just like a small part of the movie. Like they were in the movie the whole time. They're main characters.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about how they were going to do that, just because the way they were introduced. That was that Cap 2. When was
end of Cap 2?
Yeah, end of Cap 2. It was like, okay, I felt like maybe they were going to get an appearance in this movie, but not be major characters. But yeah, they are major.
They were in
characters.
that movie the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, do you want to talk about the big thing that happened in the movie?
Yeah, this is full spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie and you've watched it this far, you've already ruined quite a bit of it for yourself. But if you haven't seen the movie, seriously stop listening and go watch it. Because
this is basically the spoiler of the movie.
Well, there's two really big spoilers, I feel like, at least.
I guess. I know what the one is. I don't know what the other one is.
Okay. Well, you get on to the first
everyone went into the movie thinking someone was going to die.
Yep.
And we, based on the slate, we're kind of like, well, we know that person's not going to die. That person's not going to die. A lot of people were thinking Hawkeye, and I was like, no, Jeremy Renner just said he's going to be in Civil War.
But
they alluded the fuck to it. They're like,
ruined that because the whole movie was leading up to him dying.
Yeah, they're like, basically the movie screamed, this fucker's going to die, and he doesn't.
Yeah, because at the last second,
he's saved by Quicksilver.
And Quicksilver dies.
He gets fucking lit.
But we should keep in mind.
But it's very heroic.
Yeah, but we should also keep in mind that other characters in the MCU have died and been brought back.
Oh yeah, death doesn't matter. And I was thinking too, so in this movie, and there was the they called it the cradle or whatever. It was like a tissue generator. I was like, maybe they'll save him.
Yeah, they could.
But I thought killing Quicksilver off made sense. I mean, because you obviously can't kill one of the big main characters off. I think because even in the comics, what the hell do you do with Quicksilver? People don't really know. And he's more of just like the brother to Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
She's really...
But look at Quicksilver in the MCU. In the fucking X-Men movie, he did really well. Everybody
he was in
loved
one
him.
scene. I don't know why people loved him so much.
I don't know, because it was funny. It was really funny.
I thought the scene was cool.
Yeah.
But like as a character, you got nothing really else out of him. In Quicksilver in this movie, you really got more.
He felt very much like the
more developed.
Yeah, but I think in this one he felt very much like he was second to Scarlet Witch. Like Scarlet Witch was
how he always is.
Yeah.
And the fact that he went out like heroically, especially because him and Hawkeye had like the banter throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And to go out saving Hawkeye was, I thought, great.
Yeah.
And it really adds more depth to Scarlet Witch because then
well, and that's why I thought she was gonna lose it at the end, like for real lose it and start like killing people.
I like how she just knew like right away that happened.
Yeah.
Like she just sensed it because they have that bond. They're very
so the other big thing was that the very end of the movie when the Avengers seemingly disband.
Oh yeah, the new team,
the new Avengers. I love how he's like Avengers, and then credits.
I was like, he should have said assemble. Why would they do credits? I feel like that was dumb.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just to fuck with people.
Yeah. Okay. So the new Avenger lineup. Supposedly. Okay. I know
Tony's like he's like I fucked up too much. I'm done.
Well, and he said similar to Hawkeye, I want to get peppered somewhere safe.
Yeah.
And just kind of live it out for a little bit.
Well, because what Hawkeye does at the end is he's just like, after this mission, he's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go
home with
my family. I can't.
His wife just had another kid.
Yeah, I can't deal with this crap anymore. I'm getting too old for this shit.
And Banner,
kind of goes AWOL.
Yeah, he left in the middle of not in the middle of the fight. At the end of the fight, he was in a stealth jet by himself, and he never turned back to Banner. He was Hulk, so he flew away.
I think he just wanted to, leave, keep everyone safe. He's afraid still.
Yeah. Who else? And then Cap stays.
Cap stays, and so does Black Widow.
Yep.
Scarlet Witch officially joins.
So does
Thor.
Vision.
Thor leaves.
Yeah, Thor.
He's got to go find out what the hell's going on with the Infinity Stones.
Yeah. So this sets up a few things. In my opinion. Oh, and then War Machine and Captain Falcon. Like I don't know what to call him. I know,
Captain
but
Falcon when he's Captain America. Right now he's just Falcon.
Okay. They also join.
So we finally get diversity on the.
Yeah, we have
team. Another woman, 2 black guys, and a robot.
Android. I guess. Yeah, half human, half robot, or
finally
kind of.
There's some.
Yeah. Tip your mic closer.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Finally, there's some more like not just white dudes on the team.
Yeah, I mean? But I feel like this sets up a few things. So we have Tony Stark leaving to reflect, which is going to lead to him saying, the whatever it is, the hero identity
registration, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like that's what that's going to lead to. And Cap, because obviously he's still leading the Avengers, he's probably going to be like. This very clearly sets his opinion that no, we should keep the identity secret.
It's not identities because nobody has a secret identity in this.
Yeah, I guess
it's more like no, these people shouldn't have to register with the government. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think it's going to be because there are no secret identities in this.
Yeah, I thought that was weird because I was like, when he yells Bruce Banner when he's in the Hulk suit, I'm thinking, do people know that Bruce Banner is the Hulk?
I think most people do.
Okay, because it's like now they do. And I was like, you fucked that up for him.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I think that set up that. Obviously, Thor leaving sets up Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. I might be actually pretty excited for that.
I'm excited really because
for the Thor movies though. The other ones.
They were okay. Yeah. They weren't great. The world was cool. It was kind of cool to see that stuff. And Loki was the best part of both of them.
Yeah.
But I hope that Thor Ragnarok, I I hope with Cap 3 we see like some major ramifications, some of the old guard leaving, some of the new guard coming on again. There's going to
be more changes, I think.
I hope that with Thor Ragnarok we see Thor either die, resign, or leave kind of like he does in the comic, and I hope we see a female Thor. That would be fantastic.
I hope we get Beta Ray Bill.
That'd be cool too. But I really hope they go with the female Thor thing. I know a lot of people flipped out in the comics.
Because Chris Hemsworth is gonna be on until Infinity War.
Is he?
Yeah, he's gonna be. Infinity War.
I guess Thor Ragnarok doesn't that come out? Does that come out post?
No, before.
Does it?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense because Ragnarok in the comics is like usually like the end of Thor, or like the near end of.
It's
Thor.
Gonna be the end of Thor, but obviously, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Thor is gonna be back in Infinity War. They're gonna.
I hope they don't. I hope that's, and not because I don't like Chris Hemsworth as Thor. He makes a great Thor, but
from a financial standpoint,
it's a boring, and it's just a boring. It's how it is in the comics. It's he plays very close to the comics character. I feel like, and I would love to see something new.
So, anything else you can think of about this movie that
just
really stands out as something you want to discuss?
I thought the character development for the new characters was really great. We got to see inside of each of them a little bit.
I really liked how they handled Vision again.
Yeah.
Like everything was really perfect. Like his attitude, the whole thing was just great.
I can never remember the actor's name.
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, he was in a movie called Legion, I think is what it was called, where he plays an angel. That
I saw that movie. It was not good.
Oh, I thought it was great. He reminds me. Like I think he's fantastic in everything.
He's a great actor.
And I think that his character in this kind of reminded me of that, where it's like there's something he knows that we don't. And it's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? They play it up, and especially the scene where he kills the last Ultron or whatever, I guess you want to call it, the last living robot that Ultron made.
Yeah.
With the sunlight behind him, and then how he kills him when it gets really bright. It's like a very religious. You know,
he's kind of like portrayed as their savior, like the savior of the Avengers, and I just thought it was so cool. So I want to ask you what you going into this movie, what you wanted to see the most, and if you saw it. For me, I really just wanted to see the Vision phase through stuff, and I got it. So that was it. When you see his hands like go through the robots and like tear stuff out, I was like, done. You guys did it.
Yeah.
So like, what did you want to see the most out of the movie, and did you see it?
I think it was just the Vision in general. Like I still didn't believe that we were actually going to get the Vision.
Yeah.
Like they kept, you know what I mean? And especially throughout the whole movie, it's like, when is this going to happen? Like I'm waiting, I'm anticipating, because it's like we in no other world would we get the Vision in a live action movie.
Yeah.
So I think it was just seeing him come to life and like actually in action. Because even after he comes out of the cradle or whatever they call it, I still didn't think we were going to see him in action. I thought it was going to be like, okay, he's here now.
But you straight up saw him. I loved where he saves Scarlet Witch at the end, because if you know in the comics, those two get married. Actually,
do they really?
Yes, they have a relationship.
But he doesn't have a penis.
So
I'm joking. Well, he doesn't really, but I guess there was one other thing, not that I wanted to see, but that was interesting that we should bring up, that he could hold Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
Is that because he's an android, or is it because he's worthy?
I think he's actually just worthy.
Yeah.
Part of the soul gem makes him worthy. Because I think the soul gem, because it's called soul gem, makes him like, yeah, he's got an android body.
Yeah.
But really he's kind of human.
Yeah.
And I think that's, that was really cool.
That was really fucking sweet. Hammer. I don't know. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think.
I think that's it. This video is getting really long.
Yeah. Very quickly before we end, we have 2 viewers.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, hi there. Welcome.
That's a first, I think.
Speculation for, I guess, what are the next 2 or 3 movies before we have Ant-Man?
Ant-Man coming out August.
Yep.
Captain.
And then
Doctor Strange.
And Spider-Man before Infinity Wars?
Yes. And Thor Ragnarok before Infinity War.
Okay, so how do you think they're gonna set up the rest of Infinity War,
dude?
We still have 2 more gems they have to get, supposedly.
I bet one gem's gonna have to do with Doctor Strange.
Yep, that would make sense. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. I honestly just don't know. I'm just along for the ride, really.
Yeah, it's. I think the last one's probably going to come from Thor Ragnarok, Doctor Strange and Thor Ragnarok. That's my call. I don't think there's going to be any gems in Civil War. No, and there's not going to
for Captain America.
Yeah, and there's not going to be
that big a scale for Spider-Man or Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man is going to be probably the smallest of all the movies that are coming.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. Oh, I'm so excited for that though. Seeing that trailer at the beginning of this movie.
I'm just a big Paul Rudd fan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you have anything you think is going to go? Or was that just your speculation?
My speculation is it'll come up in those movies. It'll come up either as a tag at the end or in some small part.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. So we have Guardians was one of them. Avengers 1 was another.
And this one, kind of. That was a soul gem.
Yeah, I guess. Thor.
Thor Dark World was
3. Power. Where's the 4th one?
He said there was a 4th one too. What was the 4th? Oh, the 4th one is the Cosmic Cube.
Oh, okay. Yep.
The Tesseract.
Yeah. So we've had 4 so far. We have 2 more to go.
No, we have 1 to go. Actually, there's only 5.
I thought there was 6. I thought he said something about 6.
No, there's 5. 1, 2, 1 for each finger on her.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense because I was thinking, I was like, where is it?
So then the one I bet is going to happen in
Thor Ragnarok.
or
they're going to hint to it in Doctor Strange, and it's going to come up in Thor Ragnarok. Yeah,
we'll see. Who knows?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
is that all we got? I'm pretty sure we've covered a lot, and this is getting pretty long.
Yeah. So where can we find you on the internet, Scott?
You find me on Twitter and Instagram at ScottyBoy BWO 4Ys.
3 Ys was taken.
And
you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Hagnerd, HAGNERD.
You can follow both of us at Fuzzy Loaf
on Twitter.
Yep. We'll post a link to this video and some other stuff.
You can follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yep.
Fuzzy Loaf.
We do videos every weekend about movie and TV news, and usually something else too, whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
Usually a random topic, whatever's going on that week.
Yeah, and this was an impromptu video.
Was impromptu. We just thought we had to do it. I think we're going to try to do these for maybe a lot of the big movies that come out this summer.
Definitely.
So
maybe Mad Max.
Oh, yeah. Let's do one for Mad Max. Yeah. So if you're interested in Mad Max, we'll probably do one maybe that weekend.
Yeah.
That it comes out. So.
And then Ant-Man, Jurassic
World, Terminator Genesis.
Yeah. Genesis. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. And if you just tuned in at the end as the last person, you can catch this video on YouTube at Fuzzy Loaf. Or I guess on YouTube, Fuzzy Loaf. Yeah.
Smell you later.